Now, live from the State University of New York at Oswego. This is Oswego Now at 4.
President Trump's new budget plan has people worried for the future of Meals on Wheels, how local branches will be affected.
Oswego County schools look to recover from last year's devastating financial cuts.
And a Scriba power plant looks ahead to significant job growth. All this and more, you're watching Oswego Now.
Good afternoon. We begin with breaking news. There will be no vote today on the Republican plan to repeal and replace the Affordable Care Act. According to ABC News, President Trump called Speaker of the House Paul Ryan to pull a bill from the House of Representatives floor.
The decision comes shortly after Ryan disclosed to President Trump his uncertainty that the bill had enough votes to pass. Ryan is expected to hold a press conference later today. We will update you with more information as it comes into our newsroom.
Our other top story tonight, a local power plant has gone offline for maintenance, and it means an influx of new customers for some Oswego businesses.
More than 1,000 skilled temporary workers have moved in to refuel the 9 Mile power plant in Scriba. And as Oswego Now's Matt Moran tells us, they've welcomed guests into the port city. I don't know your name, I guess.
9 Mile nuclear power plant in Scriba is offline for refueling. It's part of a 2-year cycle in which nearly 1/3 of the fuel in the reactor is replaced. But as 9 Mile senior communications specialist Jill Lyon says, it means a lot of outside workers are brought in to help.
For this particular refueling outage, we brought in about 1,200 supplemental workers to support our in-house technicians in performing more than 7,400 activities.
These workers come from all different backgrounds, many making their way to Oswego County from other parts of the country.
We've got a combination of people who do this throughout the industry, and so they're traveling here from all sorts of parts of the country, but we also get folks from the county and surrounding counties that are in the trades that come here to work the outage from our local trades.
With all those travelers, the community is going to have plenty of tourists, which impacts local businesses. A particular business that is seeing impact is one where you can actually see the plant from its rooms here at the Holiday Inn Express. And the numbers do not lie for the hotel on Route 104.
I'd say about 80% of our business was from business that correlated with the plants in the area.
Rebecca Foreman is the assistant manager and director of sales at the Holiday Inn Express. She says the influx of travelers gives the hotel a chance to develop regular customers and hopefully bring more visitors to the area in the future.
If we give them a great experience from the beginning, they come back with their families. We have Harbor Fest during the summer. The Speedway right across the street. Some of them like to come back just to have some fun.
For the power plant, Lyon says they are just happy to support a community they are proud to be a part of. Matt Moran, Oswego Now.
Lyon says there is no set date for when the refueling will come to an end, but they will let the community know when that time comes.
The Oswego City School District has released the budget for the next academic year, restoring some of the deep cuts made last year. Superintendent Dr. Dean Goway says the district's budget for the 2017-2018 school year is projected to be $82 million, which is $21 million more than this year's budget. Additional state aid, cuts, and the sale of the Education Center played part in the budget increase. We spoke to Goway about where some of that extra money will go in the 2017-2018 school year.
So right now we're creating 2 special education classrooms. So we're hiring 2 special ed teachers and 2 TAs. We're also hiring 5 elementary office clerks. So those hires will happen now. For next year in the new budget, we're hiring 2 elementary teachers, 1 high school English teacher, and the reinstatement of most athletics. So right now we're creating 2 special education classrooms. So we're hiring 2 special ed teachers and 2 TAs. We're also hiring 5 elementary office clerks. So those hires will happen now. For next year in the new budget, we're hiring 2 elementary teachers, 1 high school English teacher, and the reinstatement of most athletics. So right now we're creating.
Goway says that numbers could change in a couple of weeks due to additional state aid.
President Donald Trump is working on a budget plan of his own, releasing some of the details last week. They included a proposed cut to community development block grants, which provide funding for some Meals on Wheels programs. As I learned, it has some people concerned about the program's future here in Oswego County. The Oswego County Office for the Aging feeds about 850 elderly people every year with its Meals on Wheels program. But is that about to change? President Trump's budget proposal raised fears about cuts to the program, but Administrator of the Office for the Aging, Sarah Sunday, says the office doesn't have much to worry about yet.
Our Home Delivered Meals program is funded by Older Americans Act funding, Title III, and there's been no mention to date of cuts to that funding for us.
You see, the Oswego County Meals on Wheels program isn't actually Meals on Wheels. Even though their website labels it as such, it's not technically part of Meals on Wheels America. That means it doesn't receive funding from community development block grants, so it wouldn't be affected by Trump's budget. But Sunday is still concerned that future cuts from the new administration could eliminate funding to the program, forcing unwanted changes.
I'm always very concerned about any possibility, not really knowing and not receiving strong feedback from the State Office for the Aging that it's not going to happen. We certainly are looking to see how it may affect us and how it may affect our clients.
But even if the meals are safe from cuts for now, not all services offered by the Office for the Aging are so lucky. Trump's proposal does mention the Low-Income Heating Energy Assistance Program, which the Office for the Aging assists seniors with.
Being in Oswego County, and on a day like today where it's 20 degrees with that wind blowing, not receiving those heating assistance dollars really is going to be detrimental to our seniors.
But it isn't all negative. Since reports of cuts to their funding have circulated, Meals on Wheels America has seen an increase in volunteers and online donations. And while the Oswego County Office for the Aging hasn't seen any significant increase as of now, Sunday says she's hopeful that they may see an outpouring of goodness in the future. If you're interested in donating to the Oswego County Office for the Aging, you can visit oswegonow.org for more information.
SUNY Oswego is mourning the loss of one of their own this week. A staple of the campus for more than 4 decades has died after a battle with pancreatic cancer. Cindy Donovan passed away peacefully in her home last weekend after 42 years as an employee of the college. Donovan served as the Marano Campus Center Student Services Manager and was a recognizable face for all those passing through the building or picking up their checks. She was a motherly figure and formed bonds with many students over the decades, including Emily Nasir, the Campus Student Association president. Nasir struggled to fight back tears when talking about a woman who never stopped fighting.
She didn't even have to, she never thought about being strong for herself. She thought about being strong for everybody else. And she never let anything get in the way of being there for other people.
Donovan is survived by her husband of 44 years, 2 children, and 4 grandchildren.
Cancer touches thousands of lives every year, and this Sunday, people are gathering together to take a stand against it. The 11th St. Baldrick's event is happening in Oswego from 1 to 4 p.m. The St. Baldrick's Foundation has been raising money to help find a cure for childhood cancer. SUNY Oswego's former lacrosse coach, Dan Whitmer, heard about the foundation in 2006, and since then has helped raise over $500,000 for the organization. It's not just men shaving their heads. Volunteer Caitlin Weinall will be going bald Sunday to help raise awareness for childhood cancer.
A cool activity, to raise money and awareness for cancer research by going bald, because it's one of those things that is really difficult for cancer victims to deal with.
I can't say that I've been directly affected by childhood cancer, but everybody knows somebody who has been.
The event will take place at the Best Western Hotel on East 1st Street. Donations are still being accepted.
SUNY Oswego's Ozfest concert lineup will be released on Monday, and students are already talking about who they think will be performing. Oswego Now reporter Kirby Soccer has more from the Marano Campus Center.
Posters with the concert reveal date went up earlier this week, and students are already taking guesses as to who they believe will be performing. Students believe that this silhouette on this poster is of the band DNCE. Let's take a look at why they're making that assumption. Some students are saying this actual photograph of DNCE is what appears on the poster as a silhouette. Now, Student Association President Emily Nasir has not yet confirmed either performers. Having been involved with Ozfest in the past, Nasir says this year they followed 3 steps when deciding what performers to get. They needed to take into account feedback from student surveys, their budget, and mixing up the music genre pool.
without saying who it is, the headliner is not rap. And the biggest piece of feedback, and even on our end, we knew, we've done 2 rap shows now. It's time to distance from rap as the headliners.
The concert lineup will be revealed on posters throughout campus this Monday. Kirby Soccer, Oswego Now.
Their concert will take place on May 5th in the Murano Campus Center Arena. Later on, a new step for Hollywood as gay characters take center stage on the big screen. I sit down with actor and theater professor Henry Chikungo on what this could mean for the future of the movie industry.
But first, we turn to our meteorologist, Jackson Berner, to discuss those crazy conditions outside. How's it looking out there, Jackson?
Thanks, guys. Well, right now we are sitting in the Oswego area at 43 degrees, and hate to be the bearer of bad news, but there is no heat wave that we can expect anytime soon. But for what to expect sometime soon, stay tuned after the break. For your full forecast, you're watching Oswego Now.